Hi guys, happy Saturday. It's date night. It has been over a month since Justin and I were able to get out alone together. So we're celebrating date night in a very big way. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of makeup primer to get started. First step, no matter what you're doing, makeup primer. I'm doing a really simple routine today, like literally no fuss, no muss. This is like the everyday get out of the door quick type of situation. Hi, how are you? Hi, Louisa. I put it everywhere. Makeup primer. What's nice is there is an air pump in here, so you don't have to guess how much primer to use. It doses the perfect amount. I put it everywhere. I kind of start in the center and then move out towards the edges, eyelids, the whole thing. Believe it or not, yes, you have to prime your eyelids because your eyelids are actually very greasy. So if you're having issues with your eyeshadow staying in place, that could be a reason why. Another thing, you want your primer to dry down a little bit before you do your foundation. So by dry down, I mean it's just not like really silky when you touch it anymore. Hi, Rachel. So I'm just gonna fan it off. I have my hair air drying. I just blew dry it until it was sort of like just barely damp. And then I'm gonna go in with my Revlon round hair dryer brush. You're not supposed to use that when your hair is really, really wet because you can damage it. The boar bristles get super hot. So I only use it if my hair is mostly dry or completely dry. All right, we're going in with liquid foundation today. This has an SPF of 15 in it, so it's really great. Actually, I forgot something. Hang on. Eye cream. We need eye cream. I don't know how effective this is going to be now because I just put primer on, but this eye cream is literally life. This age-well eye cream has caffeine in it, bakuchiol, which is a plant-based retinol, stabilized vitamin C, and plant stem cells. So I use it twice a day. This would actually be 3 times today. No, because then you're not going to eat dinner. Grandma and Papa are going to be here in a half an hour with pizza.
Only fruit snack.
You can have a fruit snack. Negotiating. Always negotiating. The other day he came up to me with 4 Hershey Kisses. I told him that was fine. Then he produced a 5th one. I told him that was fine. And then he asked me if he could have 19 of them. So if you're wondering how it's going with that, he's a professional. All right, so back to foundation. This is Liquid Touch Foundation. This is going in with SPF 15. It's also amazing because it's got this air pump so you can see exactly how much is left in it. Hi, Jen. Hi, Christina. And this is the shade Honey Beige. So I just put a little bit on the back of my hand and then I kind of disperse it on my face. I don't do where people take the dropper and just start like going ham on their face. You use way too much foundation that way. So I just kind of dose it out with my finger and the dog will inevitably start barking somewhere in here. Standard operating procedure. Okay, perfect. Clean Ecotools Sponge. I wash this with hot water and hand soap every single time before I use it. This helps me blend out the foundation that much easier. And I also like because it makes the sponge really, really squishy. And when you're using a sponge that's not wet, it's going to be really firm and not as easy to use. But you can see how beautifully this foundation blends out. It's so good. And I can color match you. So if you are looking to get a foundation, all you have to do is shoot me over a recent selfie in good lighting, like facing a window or something like that is perfect. And also, this month, the preferred customer registration fee, which saves you 20 to 40% on the website for an entire year, is free. It's totally waived with a qualifying order. And our brand new Age Well skincare is also 40% off. So you get awesome stuff, free shipping, free gifts, the whole 9 yards. All right, liquid foundation, fully blended out. It literally looks and feels like a second skin. It's not heavy, it's not cakey. It kind of dries down to like a matte finish, but we're not done there. I'm gonna go in with loose powder translucent foundation. So this is a setting powder. It's super finely milled, probably about twice as finely milled as your standard foundation powder. and it's got a little bit of glow to it. We call this Setting Pretty. It smells like cupcake batter, and it's absolutely divine. It's got sort of a mineral glow to it, so it's going to make your skin look really like youthful and healthy. And I just kind of press it on. I avoid my under eyes though, because we're going to do something different there. So just sort of where my foundation is, we're going to set that. It's going to prevent my makeup from moving. If my skin gets hot or oily, or the temperature outside changes, you know, all the things. Okay. Good. That's all you, and you can literally set anything with this. You don't need to be color matched. It goes over every color, and it's totally translucent, so it's just going to reveal what you have underneath it. Perfect. All right, before we go in with contouring and bronze and all of that really important stuff, I'm going to do my eyebrows. I use two products to do my eyebrows, the medium brow pencil and the medium dark brow gel. The pencil is what I use to fill my brows in and just make sure that they look sort of all in line. I have decent brows. There's some areas that are a little bit more sparse than others, so that's kind of like where I like to go. Where are we going on date night? We are going to try De Raymond's, which is, neither one of us have ever been there. And everyone says that it is an Italian hotspot. Like you can't be from the Capital District and not have eaten there. So we're going to try there. They didn't take reservations, so I'm hoping that the wait isn't ridiculous, but I'm prepared for it to be. And if that doesn't work out, I don't know. I guess we'll just see where the night takes us. It's really weird going out to restaurants now and seeing them like half filled. Because, you know, the whole like exciting thing about going to a restaurant is who you see there, and just like the vibe is so happy, and, you know, it's packed and you feel like you're with people. That's the crummy part about going out to dinner now. But I will take it over cooking. And I will take it to spend some time alone with Justin. Love De Raymond's. Always get takeout if it's too busy. That's true. What do you get, Jennifer? Because I was looking at the menu last night, and literally there are probably 20 dishes that looked beyond amazing. Justin said that he wanted steak, which is sort of what led me to there. But they have so many like seafood dishes, and they have this chicken frangelico that has like a hazelnut crust on it, and I don't know, the photo of it alone made my mouth water, so I was kind of considering that. But tell me what the fan favorites are, because literally everything looked good. I couldn't believe how big their menu was. That's another thing for me. I need a big menu. That sounds a little size queenish of me, I'm sorry, but I hate when you look at a menu and there's like 6 entrees to choose from. Like, that's so hard for me. I like a huge menu. Hello, I'm Megan, and I like to get down with a big menu. All right, I'm going in with our medium dark brow cream. So this is like a little mascara for your eyebrows. It's going to give you a microbladed look. And I start towards the arch to the tail, and then work up the front. Just like that. It deposits the most amount of pigment where you touch it first. So that's kind of why I stick to the outside. So if you have like very, very little brows, this is an amazing product, because it's gonna highlight every brow that you have, so they don't look like they're just stamped on your face. And this will all make more sense when we actually have contour on our face and not just like a whiteout complexion situation with eyebrows. All right, so speaking of which, we're gonna go in with, I'm gonna go in with a contour powder. So this is a full coverage foundation in the shade Deep. And I'm gonna go ahead and use this to do my contour, just kind of sculpt out my face. So I use the shade Deep, which is a foundation, like I said, and I'm just gonna pop this right on my cheekbones, not underneath it, right on the cheekbone, and blend up towards my hairline. It's gonna look a little crazy at first, but I promise it gives you this amazing lift Before I was doing it under my cheekbone and I felt like it was like making my face proportions weird. The chicken frangelico is one of my favorites. Also love the pesce alfredo if you in mood for pasta. There were so many amazing pasta dishes on that menu, and I went to their Instagram page and I was looking at all of the, well, they don't have an Instagram. I was looking at all the people who had tagged photos of them, and oh my gosh, the photos were unreal. Like literally everything on there looked like if you had to have a last meal type situation, what would you pick? I would pick that. Just, it looked so comforting and delicious and amazing. My mother-in-law told me to dress warm because there's a tent that people are seated in. So hopefully they have heat in there because I hate being cold, but I guess we'll see. All right, so like I said, this is just contour powder in the shade Deep, going on my forehead, just to kind of sculpt that in, add a little bit of warmth. On the cheekbones, we're gonna go down. I just sort of pinch my angled brush so I can get the sides of my nose. And I blend it right up into my eyebrows. Also, Jen, the desserts looked in a class all their own. And I usually don't order dessert, but I think I have to. Even if I'm stuffed tonight, when you let me out after I complete a 30-day healthy living thing, I need like all of the things. And then I hate myself afterwards because I'm so full. And I'm like, yeah, I gotta go back to clean eating. But this is like my wild and crazy night out to just eat everything in sight, like a pregnant person. I cannot be tamed in this state. Plus it's date night. Like every date night to me right now is just the best. All right, blending that all together. I'm gonna go in with a different foundation powder. This is in the shade Fair. So this is the lightest color that we have. And I'm going to pop this all over my eyes, because I want to just clean this up and have it look nice and bright. When you have a light color on your eyes, it opens your eyes up a little bit more. So I'm just putting a little of this foundation powder on my eyes, and we're also going to use it to highlight our face in just a minute. But this was literally all of the same products that I used yesterday in that selfie I took, and a ton of people were like, oh, I'm not on Facebook, I wish that I could see it. So hence why we're over here on the gram. All right, so we're going back to that contour shade, the Deep, that we used all over my face, and I'm just gonna go ahead and pop that right in my crease, keeping it off of my eyelid, just in the crease. And it just adds the prettiest, like very neutral, easy shade. And then you don't look like way too fussy. I have a history of going a little overboard when I get excited. Could you imagine? Hi, Sonia. All right, before we do, we're gonna finish eyes before we go to the rest of this. I'm gonna grab my dark brown pencil. This is the shade Carob. It's like a nice warm brown, and I'm just gonna put this on right on my lash line, only on the lash line. There's the dog going off. This is just gonna make your lashes look nice and full. Hi, how are you? Sonia, you're Italian. Tell me, DeRaymond's, this is where we're headed tonight. What do you order? What's good? Have you been there? Fill me in. All right, and now while we wait for Sonia's dinner order, I'm gonna go in with 2 coats of Speaks Volume mascara. This is my favorite. Everything in the Arbonne line, from hair care to skincare, nutrition, makeup, baby items, are vegan, gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free, paraben-free, non-GMO. Arbonne bans over 2,000 chemicals that are in all of the everyday items you find all over your shelves, unfortunately. So this stuff is clean, safe, beneficial. It really works. It's got a 45-day guarantee, so if it's not living up to your exceptionally high standards, you can return it for a full refund. Just so you know. But this makeup slaps. It is the best. Alright, so the second coat is where things get really wild. I've never been to that place, but when I got to Johnny's in Schenectady, I get the shrimp fra diavolo. Alright, speaking of Johnny's, my favorite thing to get at Johnny's is, 1, their espresso martinis are to die for, and 2, their Italian nachos. Have you had their Italian nachos? They're literally lasagna that's fried, and then they put Italian sausage and Italian sweet peppers and Italian hot peppers. It's like a provolone mozzarella nacho cheese, parsley. Oh my God, the Italian nachos. I could literally just eat the Italian nachos, the calamad, the greens and beans, and the espresso martini every single night for the rest of my life and be perfectly content with everything, including, you know, the fact that you would need to cut me out of my own home. The Italian nachos are the best. What like creative genius too. It works so well. Johnny's is a great place. I love the Malozzi family. Hi, Kelly. All right, so this is just the second coat of mascara. It really helps your lashes to just look large and in charge. And that's what we're here for. All right, whatever you have left over on your wand, I do my lower lashes with just a little bit. I don't like a really bold lower lash. I just like you to see a little bit. The eggplant rollatini is real. I live for eggplant. Literally live for it. My dad used to take eggplant and cut it up into like steak fry sizes, and then he would hit bread and deep fry them, and we would just dip them in marinara. So good. That was when I was going through a lactose intolerant phase, and I lived on eggplant parm up until then. So this was our way of eating that. All right, so back to this Fair foundation powder. I had already used it a little bit on my eyelids. I'm just gonna go in, if I can find the brush that I was using. There she is. I'm just gonna go in and put a little bit of this on like a teeny tiny little flat kabuki brush. And I'm just gonna pat this, tap it underneath my eyes, brighten up that under eye area. I do it after I'm done with my eyeshadow or my eye look so that if there's any fallout whatsoever, but you can see there's no filter on this. Obviously we're on IG. That it doesn't, if you just put a little bit of product on your under eye and you don't go ham, and obviously this new Age Well eye cream is the best eye cream I've ever used. Like it blows everything else out of the water. I just use a little bit of powder. I try not to put anything else close to my eye, not even my foundation, just my primer and the eye cream. And it's so good. That's why I don't like heavy cream concealers underneath my eye. I always feel like I need a really light concealer so that, or else I'm just gonna be able to count every single one of my fine lines and wrinkles in like 20 minutes time. I just clean up my jawline a little bit, and we're gonna blend everything together. This is also great because it's another reason to like set your makeup. Right down the center, on the end. Kind of sculpts your nose in, which I'm obsessed with doing. No shame in the game. Okay, so I'm just gonna take a big fluffy powder brush that has nothing in it and make sure that everything is kind of blended together. Okay. This way, if you have any really, really high spots or really dark low spots, it's going to just like clean that up, and you're not gonna look like Joseph in the Technicolor Dreamcoat. It's all gonna look like it's supposed to be there. Hi, Kelly. All right, last but not least for face, we're gonna go in with a little bit of blush. This is one of my favorites. It's the shade Blossom. It's just got like a nice sort of peachy pink and it looks very natural on. So literally this is how much product you need. I just tap it in there once and you can see the product is on it. So I start towards like the center of my eye and blend back with just an angled blush brush and keep it right on my eye, or my eyebrow, my cheekbone, and then just blend it a little bit onto the apple of my cheek. I've always had the bad habit of putting blush too far forward and then I look like I'm gonna be in a school play. You know what I mean? Like that's not a good look for me. If you go too heavy, just grab a loose brush with nothing on it, just like we did for everything else, and kind of diffuse it out a little bit. All right, last step, we're gonna do lips. I'm gonna change up my lip a little bit, but I am gonna use an eyeliner in the shade Morel. This is my favorite product to use, even though it's meant for your eyes. TikTok little hack. Don't line your lips all the way to the corners. It makes them look just a little bit too modeled. So this is the TikTok routine that I learned. So this is my preference on how I do my lips. You can obviously do yours however you want to, but what I like about this is I like a large pouty lip, and this helps me get that without looking like I really, really overdrew them. So you're gonna take your pencil that's a little bit darker than your lip. Are we going to see you do your hair too? You can. I brought my Revlon hair dryer brush over here. I just have my hair sort of air dried, but I can blow dry it out, absolutely. All right, so just take this on the underside of your lip, right in the center. Don't go all the way to the corners. And we're basically drawing on a shadow. And then we're gonna do the same thing on the top, but we're gonna not dip into our Cupid's bow. We're gonna round it out. Don't ask me why, but we're gonna round it out and it works. Okay. So notice I didn't go all the way to the corner. It kind of looks like I have a lip mustache. I promise you it works out in the end. All right, we're gonna go in with this lipstick duo. This is called Jasmine. There's a ton of lipstick duos. I was kind of considering going with the Amaryllis, but I wanted like a little bit of a deeper pink, so we're going Jasmine. And I think I'm gonna order a couple more of these because I love a moody lip for fall, winter. All right, so I wipe off a majority of the product. I start on my lower lip. Blend it right into that liner. Top line, do the same thing. Now, less is more with lips, especially if you want it to stay put. Don't put a ton on and let it dry in between product. All right, we're letting that dry, and I'm gonna take a little bit of light concealer. This is what I would normally use for my under eyes if I was doing a cream. And I'm just gonna pop a little bit right in the center. Hi, Gracie. Happy birthday. I know your party is tonight. Okay, a little bit in the center, and we're gonna blend it out. This makes your lips like literally double in size. I don't know why. It's just shadows and highlights, and I'm just literally living for the fact that you can manipulate your face with makeup this way. Thank you, God. All right, so once that's dry, we're gonna go in with the gloss side. So this is the lipstick side, this is the gloss side. Glossy lips appear larger, so obviously we gloss. And we're Gucci. All right, so last step, I'm gonna grab my Let It Set Refreshing Spray. This is gonna make my makeup look really glowy and dewy, but this is like literally the finished product. There's no filters, there's no trickery lighting involved. So Let It Set Refreshing Spray is going to make your makeup just finish beautifully, stay on, look glowy. and I live for this stuff. Everyone needs one of these, possibly two. Throw one in your purse. All right, so that's makeup. You guys want to see hair. So here is what I have learned with my hair over time. Number one, while I love the Revlon hairdryer brush, you don't want to use it on wet hair ever. The reason being that there are boar bristles up in this thing, and they get very hot sitting next to the heat element. And if you have, I have blonde hair, which means I have processed it within an inch of its life for a long time. I'm starting to kind of grow it out, but there is still some very delicate parts of it. So that is, I'm almost embarrassed to do this on camera. Anyway, all right, so while I talk about it, I'll take all of this off. So anyway, this thing is great for like styling your hair, but you don't want to put this on your wet hair. It just takes too long to blow it out. And the more heat you have on your hair, the more opportunity there is to damage it. I put this Arbonne Daily Leave-In Treatment in my hair every time I wash it, and it has been a serious lifesaver. And then when my hair is dry, I put the dry oil, the anti-frizz dry oil in it, which makes it really shiny. It smells amazing, and it just moisturizes the ends. So I just took a hairdryer before I hopped on, and I kind of just blew my hair out wild so that it wasn't wet, and then it could finish drying while I did my makeup. Hold please. Gotta unplug all of my bag of tricks. Okay. So easiest way to do this is just kind of section your hair. This is my natural hair color. I am a brunette. The truth is out. All right, so turn it on. I always use, there's a couple of different settings. There's cool, low, and hot. I use high when I blow it out, and then I will go in with the cool setting and just kind of run it through and set that. But I naturally have pretty, like, this is a total ringlet right here. And according to my hairstylist, I have 2 cowlicks in the back that literally are like the most aggressive ones you've ever seen. All right, here we go. So just keep rolling it like around this. You can't get caught in this because of how it twirls around, so I love that feature. And just so I don't have to yell at you, I like to blow my hair out kind of big and then kind of comb it back a little bit. So because it's short and I blow it out big, it gets a little bouffanty. Dolly, my love, you're here. So because I blow it out sort of big, it gets a little bouffanty, but I would rather have it big than try to infuse it with volume that I don't have. So here we go, back to it. Date night, we're going to Raymond's. Have you been there, doll? But literally, look at that. Like, I know I look kind of like a pilgrim right now, but it gives you the ability to shape your hair without, for me, it's hard to get like, you know, that little thing, it's not a diffuser, the concentrator that goes on the end of your hair dryer. It's hard for me to get that right angle on a round brush and do this with two hands. So that's why I love the Revlon tool. It just combines it and it goes super fast. So especially if you section your hair, and granted I have short hair, so it goes a little bit faster because I don't have a ton of it. My hair is thick, but obviously she's short. All right, let's just finish this quickly. All right, a little thing that I want to mention about what you might see me doing and volume is I over direct my hair. So when I put it in, I pull it up higher and I keep kind of forcing the root to go up, and that's just going to give me more body right at the root of my hair. And I would rather have, like I said, more body at the root and kind of tame it down with a flat brush than to have to back comb my hair or put like extra product in it just to get some lift. So I'm going to do the top. When I do the top, you'll notice how much I over direct it. I basically push it forward so that I get that height. Like, look at that height. All right, so if at any point you want to set your hair while you're doing this, just switch it from the heat setting to the cool setting and just let it rip. The cool is going to set that curl in place. Normally I style it to the side, depending on how the front comes out. I kind of like a little bit of lift right here, but obviously you can play with it and use whatever you want. I'm gonna put a little bit of dry oil in here. So this is the Arbonne True Style Anti-Frizz Dry Oil. I use this every day. Just put one squirt in your hands, roll it around in your fingers. It smells like heaven, and I just put it through my ends, and it just kind of keeps everybody honest and sticking with the program, and it feels really good, especially if you have dry, damaged, brittle ends. This is just going to moisturize them so that you get a little bit of life back to them. And that's kind of what I've been doing with my hair lately. I'm in hair rehab, and it just makes it that much easier. All right, so that is the Revlon hair dryer brush. All right, if you guys have questions, this month, like I said, is free preferred customer sign up. It's also free consultant registration. So if you guys are looking for products, I can get them to you at 20 to 40% off. with free shipping and free gifts, free full-size gifts from Arbonne this month. So just shoot me a message: nutrition, skincare, hair care, makeup, essential oils, baby items, all of the above. I hear Justin coming down the street, so I'm gonna try to find something to wear. I haven't bought an item of clothes since February of this year, so we're really gonna be digging out 2019 fall. All right, I love you guys. I will take a picture and post it here with all the products that I used. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow.